More than 4 million people cast their ballots in Afghanistan's parliamentary election amid spates of violence and logistical issues, Afghanistan's Independent Election Commission announced. The election had to be extended by 1 day due to security threats by the Taliban and logistical issues that left hundreds of thousands of people unable to vote on Saturday. On Sunday, up to 1 million Afghans returned to 76 voting centers across 22 of the nation's provinces. The 4 million voters represent half of the eligible voter base in the country. This election, the first parliamentary polls in 8 years, came after 3 years of delays due to security issues and political infighting over electoral reform measures. This weekend's polls, which marked the introduction of biometric devices at voting centers, is also the first election since the 2014 presidential election, which was plagued by accusations of widespread fraud and dragged on for several months. At least 28 people have been killed in violent incidents across Afghanistan as people voted Saturday, officials said. In the last 48 hours, voters in 32 of the nation's 34 provinces cast ballots. The southern province of Kandahar is likely to go to the polls next week after a Taliban-claimed attack took the life of their powerful police chief, General Abdul Razik, 2 days before the election. The eastern province of Ghazni has also seen their polls delayed due to security and logistical issues. No time frame has been announced for the rescheduling of the ballot in Ghazni. This election also saw an unprecedented number of young people vying for the 250 seats in the lower house of the parliament, known as the Wolzajirga. In an address to the nation shortly after the polls closed on Sunday, President Ashraf Ghani thanked the Afghan people for such a large turnout despite security risks that saw reports of dozens of deaths and injuries throughout the nation. By casting your votes, you sent a clear message to the world that you do not want violence. You demonstrated your determination through democracy. You proved to the Taliban that this nation will not surrender to anyone, he said. The president also made a note to address the female voters of the country, who came out in large numbers. I thank these women and their families. Their participation is a historic success for Afghanistan's democracy, and it is a great beginning for our new generation. I hope that you participate in the presidential elections in such a large scale.